7 morning habits that predict you'll live past 90. Number 4 takes just 30 seconds. Hey there, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. We're all about living healthier, happier, and wiser as we embrace the beauty of our middle and golden years. If you're new here, I'm so glad you've joined us. This is a place where we share practical tips, heartfelt stories, and a little bit of inspiration to help you live your best life, no matter your age. So, grab a cup of coffee, tea, or maybe just a glass of water, settle in, and let's have a little heart-to-heart today. As I was thinking about today's topic, I couldn't help but reflect on my own journey. I'm in my 50s now, and like many of you, I've had those moments where I wonder, how can I make sure I'm not just living longer, but living better? It's not just about adding years to our lives. It's about adding life to our years. And that's exactly what we're diving into today. 7 morning habits that predict you'll live past 90. And here's the kicker. Habit number 4, it takes just 30 seconds. Yes, you heard that right. So, stick with me, because I'm going to walk you through each of these habits, share some stories, and give you practical ways to make them part of your mornings. Now, before we get started, let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed how the way you start your day sets the tone for everything else? I mean, think about it. On days when you wake up feeling rushed, stressed, or just off, it's like the whole day spirals from there. But when you start with intention, with a little bit of care for yourself, it's like you're giving yourself a gift that keeps on giving. These 7 habits I'm sharing today aren't just random tips. They're backed by science, inspired by people who've lived long, vibrant lives, and honestly, they're things I've seen work wonders in my own life and for others. So, let's dive in and talk about how you can start your mornings a way that not only feels good, but can help you live past 90, healthy, happy, and full of wisdom. Habit number 1, wake up with gratitude. All right, let's start with something simple but incredibly powerful. Waking up with gratitude. I know, you've probably heard about gratitude before. But hear me out. There's a reason this habit is number 1. Studies, like those from the University of California, have shown that people who practice gratitude regularly have lower stress levels, better sleep, and even stronger immune systems. And when we're talking about living past 90, those things matter. Here's how it works. When you wake up, before you even get out of bed, take a moment to think of 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be big. Maybe it's the smell of your morning coffee, the sound of birds outside your window, or the fact that you have a cozy bed to sleep in. For me, this morning, I was grateful for my dog, Max, who snuggled up next to me, for the sunrise I caught a glimpse of, and for the chance to talk to all of you today. Let me share a story. I have a friend named Susan, who's in her late 60s. A few years ago, she was going through a tough time. Her husband had passed, and she was feeling lost. She told me she started this gratitude habit almost by accident. One morning, she woke up and just felt overwhelmed. But instead of letting those feelings take over, she decided to name 3 things she was thankful for. That day, it was her garden, her daughter's phone call, and a kind neighbor who dropped off some homemade soup. Over time, Susan said this habit didn't just change her mornings. It changed her whole outlook. She started noticing the little joys in life again, and she swears it's what's kept her going strong. So, how do you make this part of your morning? It's easy. Keep a small notebook by your bed, or just think about those 3 things while you're still lying there. If you want to take it up a notch, say them out loud or write them down. It takes maybe a minute, but it sets your heart and mind in the right place for the day. Habit number 2, hydrate first thing. Okay, habit number 2 is something so simple but so often overlooked. Drink a glass of water as soon as you wake up. Now, I can almost hear some of you saying, water? Really? That's it. But trust me, this is a game changer. After a night of sleep, your body is dehydrated. You've been fasting for hours, and your cells are craving hydration. Drinking water first thing helps kickstart your metabolism, flush out toxins, and even improves your brain function. There's research from the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology that shows proper hydration can boost your energy levels and help regulate blood sugar. 2 things that are so important as we age. Plus, staying hydrated keeps your skin looking fresh, your joints lubricated, and your digestion on track. Who doesn't want that? Here's a little trick I learned from my Aunt Clara, who's 88 and still walks a mile every day. She keeps a glass of water on her nightstand every night. When she wakes up, she drinks it before she does anything else. She says it's like giving her body a big good morning hug. Sometimes she adds a slice of lemon or a pinch of sea salt for electrolytes, but plain water works just fine. Now, I get it. Not everyone loves plain water. If that's you, try infusing it with cucumber, mint, or even a splash of apple cider vinegar for a little zing. The key is to make a habit. Put a glass or bottle by your bed, or keep one in the kitchen where you'll see it first thing. Aim for 8 to 16 ounces, and sip it slowly if chugging isn't your thing. One more thing. If you're someone who takes medications in the morning, check with your doctor to make sure drinking water first won't interfere. But for most of us, this is a simple habit that can make a big difference. Habit number 3, move your body gently. Habit number 3 is all about moving your body. But don't worry, I'm not talking about running a marathon or hitting the gym at 6 a.m. This is about gentle movement to wake up your muscles, get your blood flowing, and set a positive tone for the day. Research from the American Heart Association shows that even light physical activity in the morning can lower blood pressure, improve mood, and reduce the risk of chronic diseases. All things that help us live longer and healthier. This could be as simple as a 10-minute walk around your backyard, a few stretches, or some gentle yoga. I know a gentleman named Tom, who's 72 and swears by his morning routine of stretching on his porch. He says it's not just about keeping his body limber. It's about feeling alive and connected to the world. He'll stretch, breathe deeply, and watch the squirrels scamper around. It's his time to feel grounded. For me, I like to do a quick series of stretches I learned from a physical therapist. I stand up, reach for the sky, twist side to side, and do a few ankle rolls. It takes maybe 5 minutes, but I feel like a new person afterward. If you're not sure where to start, there are tons of free videos online for senior-friendly yoga or stretching routines. Or, if you're like my neighbor Linda, just put on some music and dance around your living room for a song or two. She says her morning dance party is the secret to her energy at 65. The key here is to find something you enjoy and can do consistently. Even if you have mobility issues, chair exercises or simple arm circles can work wonders. Listen to your body, and don't push too hard. The goal is to feel good, not to compete with anyone. Habit number 4, the 30-second mindfulness moment. All right, here we are at habit number 4, the one that takes just 30 seconds. This is what I call the mindfulness moment. It's about pausing for half a minute to check in with yourself, breathe deeply, and set an intention for the day. This tiny habit has a huge impact. Studies from Harvard Medical School show that mindfulness practices, even brief ones, can reduce stress, improve focus, and even lower the risk of heart disease. Here's how to do it. After you've had your water and maybe done some stretches, find a quiet spot. It could be your kitchen table, your favorite chair, or even your bed. Close your eyes if you're comfortable and take 5 slow, deep breaths. As you breathe, think about one thing you want to focus on today. Maybe it's being kind to yourself, staying patient with a family member, or just enjoying the little moments. That's it. 30 seconds and you're done. I'll never forget the story of my friend Margaret, who's 80 and one of the most joyful people I know. She started doing this mindfulness moment after a doctor warned her about high blood pressure. She was skeptical at first, but she decided to try it. Every morning, she sits by her window, breathes deeply, and thinks about something positive, like how she's going to call her grandkids or tend to her roses. She says those 30 seconds make her feel calm and ready for whatever the day brings. And guess what? Her blood pressure has been better ever since. If 30 seconds feels too short, you can extend it to a minute or 2. Or, if you're new to mindfulness, just start with those 5 breaths. You can even say a little mantra to yourself like, "Today, I choose peace," or "I am strong and capable." It's like planting a seed of positivity that grows throughout your day. Habit number 5, eat a nutrient-packed breakfast. Moving on to habit number 5, eat a nutrient-packed breakfast. Now, I'm not here to lecture you about what to eat, but I will say this. What you put in your body in the morning can set you up for energy, focus, and long-term health. Research from the National Institute on Aging shows that a balanced breakfast with protein, fiber, and healthy fats can help regulate blood sugar, support muscle health, and even improve cognitive function as we age. What does a nutrient-packed breakfast look like? It could be oatmeal with berries and sprinkle of nuts, Greek yogurt with fruit and granola, or scrambled eggs with spinach and whole grain toast. The key is to include some protein to keep you full, fiber to support digestion, and healthy fats for brain health. Let me tell you about my Uncle Joe, who's 85 and still sharp as a tack. Every morning, he makes himself a smoothie with spinach, a banana, some almond butter, and a scoop of protein powder. He calls it his green machine, and he swears it's why he has the energy to play golf twice a week. Joe's not a health nut. He just knows that start his day with something good for his body makes him feel great. If you're not a big breakfast person, that's okay. Even something small, like a handful of almonds and an apple, can do the trick. The important thing is to avoid sugary cereals or pastries that spike your blood sugar and leave you crashing later. And if you're watching your cholesterol or have dietary restrictions, talk to your doctor or nutritionist to find what works for you. One tip: prep your breakfast at night before mornings are hectic. I like to make overnight oats or keep hard-boiled eggs in the fridge for quick meals. It's all about making it easy to stick with this habit. Habit number 6. Connect with someone you love. Habit number 6 is one of my favorites. Take a moment to connect with someone you love. This could be a quick phone call, a text, or even just a kind word to your spouse or neighbor. Social connection is one of the biggest predictors of a long, healthy life. The famous Harvard study of adult development, which has been running for over 80 years, found that strong relationships are more important than diet, exercise, or even genetics when it comes to living a long and happy life. I think of my friend Barbara, who's 70 and lives alone. Every morning, she sends a text to one of her kids or grandkids. Sometimes it's just a good morning, love you, or a funny meme. She says those little moments of connection make her feel like she's part of something bigger, even on tough days. And her kids tell me they look forward to those messages. It's a win-win. You don't need to make a big production out of this. If you live with family, maybe it's sitting down for a quick chat over coffee. If you're on your own, send a message to a friend or call someone you haven't talked to in a while. Even leaving a kind note for your mail carrier or saying hello to a neighbor counts. The point is to remind yourself that you're connected, that you matter, and that you're not alone. If you're feeling shy or out of practice, start small. Maybe pick one person a week to reach out to. Over time, you'll find that these little moments of connection become a highlight of your morning. Habit number 7. Plan one joyful moment.